Ora mismo, sigurado. Programang tatalakay sa kapangyarihan ng serbisyo sibil. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora mismo, sigurado. Programang hihimay sa kapangyarihan ng pamalang lokal. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora mismo, sigurado. Programang maglalapit sa pamalan at mamamayan. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora mismo, sigurado. Kikilos ang barangay para sa bayan. Edukasyon, kalusugan, trapiko, basura at iba pa. SOS. Serbisyo. Ora mismo, sigurado. Tatalakay sa mga problemang napapanahon. Problemang hahanapan ng solusyon.
Muli isang magandang hapon mga kaibigan. Welcome sa ating SOS Serbisyo Ora Mismo Sigurado. Layunin po natin na maiangat ang kaalaman ng ating mga kababayan sa katwiran at karapatan nationwide and worldwide. Hapon ng Miyerkules, ito po yung midweek. Talagang gustong-gusto ko na dumarating ang Miyerkules dahil Huwebes tapos Biyernes tapos makikita ko si Sir David yung mga post na talagang naglalamierda, kumakain sa kung saan. Talaga na. Oy, lahat naman tayo ganyan di ba? Talagang looking forward kapag sumasapit ang weekend. Pero yung ating mga pangangatawan, dapat parati tayong batcho. Sir David, no?
Yes, sir.
Alam po ninyo, si AJ Austria muna ang ating technical director, si AJ Atienza ang ating production head pang Miyerkules na edisyon ng ating SOS dito po sa ating Techie Wednesday, Tech for Everyone. Mabigat yung talakayan natin, lalo tigit sisipatin natin, sisilipin natin yung role ng social media dito sa mga trending news. At pamaya-maya, meron po tayong makakasama sa palatuntunan. Bibigyan muna tayo ng idea ng ating Sir David Rioferio, ang founder ng CSR Insights, kung ano ba yung dapat na i-expect ng ating mga nakikinig at nanonood ngayong hapon dito po sa ating magiging talakayan. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Sir David.
Good afternoon, Sir Johnny, at sa lahat po ng kasama natin ngayong Techie Wednesday. Maganda, sabi nga po ninyo, no, maganda yung usapan natin ngayon kasi makikita natin gano'n nga ba karesponsable dapat tayong mga gumagamit ng SOCMED o sabi nga sa balita kanina, anong nakaraan, yung mga vloggers daw dapat responsable.
Sila yun.
No? Yeah.
Sila yun.
Tapos yung kalahating part ng show natin, kasama natin si Lady Ochel Espinosa. Siya po ang PR Congress chairperson ng Public Relations Society of the Philippines at saka po Regional Insights Director ng iCentia. So expert po ito sa communications. Mamaya malalaman natin yung updates.
Pag-uusapan natin. Hihingi tayo ng insights kay Lady Ochel. Merong parang second week ng September, Sir David. Ano yung happening na ito? Ano yung activity?
Ito po yung taon-taon pong nangyayari, yung National PR Congress.
Okay.
So organized po ito ng Public Relations Society of the Philippines. Sama-sama po. Ngayon po very special kasi 30th year. Ang tema nila yung basta kasama yung past, present, and future. Back to basics. Lahat po ng iba't ibang kumpanya, yung kanilang mga PR persons nandito at saka po ibang mga influencers at saka thought leaders.
Makikita natin si Sir David Rioferio doon dahil bahaba po yung kanyang knowledge at kanyang experience pagdating o larangan ng public relations. Kaya siguro yung first part, ito yung ating pag-uusapan. Dahil alam po ninyo, bukod dun sa lumabas na trending news, yung kay Gonzales, no? Yung police na nagbunot ng kanyang baril dun sa siklista, meron na namang trending news.
Oo nga.
Parang kanina lang yata ito nangyari dyan sa Pasay na ipinapakita ng footage. Medyo sensitibo kaya hindi na po namin ipapakita. Pero all over the news sa social media pages ay talagang kitang-kita na merong isang nakaputing t-shirt na ito raw po yung police na naglabas ng baril at meron siyang parang pinipin down na naka-helmet pa tapos naka-riding gear, no? ang dami pong ang daming nagbibigay nung kanilang reaksyon. Nung nirepost ko nga ito, Sir David, sa aking Facebook page, pati si dating Makati Vice Mayor Bobby Brillante ay nagbigay ng kanyang komento na parang paano ba ito? Barbaric na nga ba yung ating mga elemento ng pulisya? Yung ating mga kasama sa hanap buhay, nagbigay rin ng kanilang mga komento. Ako'y nagpapasalamat kay Willie Delgado Jr. ng DCME, kay Romel Fertes ng DZRH, no? Ang sinasabi ni Idol Romel, legit na pulis daw, yung nakaputi, yung may hawak na baril, at yung pinipin down, ito daw po yung nagpapanggap parang usurpation of authority at sinasabing siya ay miyembro ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, no? Tingnan po ninyo yung mga komento doon sa aking social media account, Johnny Gomez. At pinipin down, pero hindi naman nakikita yung muka dahil parang nauna yatang naglabas ng kanyang armas, nagwasiwas ng kanyang baril. Ito yung kwento na sinasabi ni Romel. Ngayon, tayong mga sukiyaki ng mga reels at mga stories ng ibang tao sa social media, how do we make the viewers responsible when it comes to sharing information, sharing videos and reels, Sir David, sa makabagong panahon, no? Without identifying and talagang siguro investigating muna kung ano yung nangyari. Kasi ito yung argument, remember mo, ito yung argument ni Gonzales, na masyado daw siyang criticize, pati yung kanyang mga anak, yung kanyang pamilya, ay nasasaktan sa nangyari, pero hindi naman daw natin alam, kasama rin siguro tayong nakikriticize sa kanya, yung totoong nangyari or the story behind the pagbubunot ng baril. Now, how do we make, eto si Uchel, pumapasok na maaga, how do we make our viewers and listeners responsible in sharing information, Sir David?
Ako siguro, sir, personal ko na stance, titignan ko muna parang kung ako yung nasa kalagayan nung tao na topic or subject nung material na i-share ko or ipopost ko, anong mararamdaman ko kung gagawin ko yon, kung gagawin sa akin yon. Pangalawa, kung ako naman yung babasa, syempre kung lalo na kung very very dynamic, very colorful yung i-share mo, siguro baka i-embrace agad ng mga tao yung i-share mo. So, yun din, parang gusto mo bang gano'n na mangyari? Ito po, yung napakagandang halimbawa, fresh na fresh yung kahapon, di ba, kay Sir Mike Enriquez.
Yes.
So, ano pa lang yan parang mga hapon pa lang, ang dami nang lumalabas na photos about him, na he passed away na. Pero ako,
Sir David, taon-taon kasi taon-taon may lumalabas na ganyang na ganyang issue kay Mike.
So ako, tinignan ko muna, sabi ko, teka, una, ayokong mag-share nito kung hindi naman legitimate yung source.
Correct.
Or sa tingin ko, parang, ma-share lang. Kasi makikita mo naman sa itsura ng poster na gawa, sa photos na kinuha, sa font, makikita mo yung itsura, parang minadali. So parang, hindi, baka hindi pa to. Tapos ang dami na nag-share, pero hindi ko pa rin share. Hanggat lumabas siguro yung isang reputable na, Philippine Daily Inquirer, ayun, sigurado na ako na meron. Tapos, meron pa siyang tinag na GMA, di ba, yung statement. So, okay, so official na nga siya. Tsaka ako ngayon shinare. Kasi, meron kang, meron ako mga kaibigan, tulad mo, tulad ni Ochel, na mamaya kasama natin. Parang, pag shinare ko yun, na mali naman, nakakahiya naman, di ba? Kasi, hindi ko tinatago yung sarili ko as a, content creator or as a netizen, as someone who shares information. So yun siguro, titingnan mo rin yung sa sarili mo, pag shinare mo to, meron bang madadagdag sa'yo, meron bang mawawala? And yung sinabi ni, banggitin ko na rin si Arnold Clavio, di ba?
Yeah.
Siya, nag-post siya ng black na lang, tapos meron lang candle sa gilid. Never niya binanggit si Mr. Mike Enriquez. Siguro, out of respect, doon sa family, ayaw niya na ako yung una mag-share. Hayaan mo yung family or yung kung sino mang official ang magsabi. So ganun. Sa lagay naman po nito ni Mr. Gonzales,
tinawag mo Mr. Clean Ikaw yata yung nauna. Sino ang nauna dyan?
Meron akong nabasa sa Facebook. Veterano. Sa lagay niya naman, Ewan ko si Johnny, siguro may thin line kasi that's the problem. Not the problem, that's the beauty now, whatever you do nagiging halos transparent na. Because in the first place, you're in a public place and you're causing distress to other people. And
correct.
Nilabas mo yung baril mo eh. So fine. Dapat siguro responsibly i-check mo na like yung sa second na instance na sinabi ninyo, pinipin down yun pala merong nagpe-pretend na law enforcement agency person siya. Pero ito, 'di ba, kita mo naman sa reaction ng tao ng mga players dun sa video na 'di ba, mali na yung ginawa na. So kanya-kanyang Sir Johnny.
Maraming angle. Pero alam po ninyo, ang magiging sigurong beat ng ating discussion with Ochel and Sir David is how do we create a responsible audience, no? Dito po sa talagang fast-paced na media environment na meron tayo ngayon. Social media, parang everyone is really gearing towards yung idea na maging influencer at gusto talagang todo ang sharing, etc., no? Yung role ng Public Relations Society of the Philippines din, gusto po nating alamin kung how do they protect integrity dito po sa mga naglalabasang mga information ngayon. Pakilala natin si Lady Ochel, si Ma'am Lady Ochel. Sir David, go ahead.
Sige po. So, ang kasama po natin ay si Lady Ochel Espinosa. Siya po ang 30th National PR Congress Chairperson and then also Public Relations Society of the Philippines Vice President External, and Icentia, Regional Insights Director for Emerging Markets of Southeast Asia. Siya po ang
Hello! Good afternoon, Sir Donnie and Sir David. Nice to see you both again. Salamat po sa pag-imbita dito sa programa niyo.
Alam natin, Sir David, busy si Ma'am Ochel doon sa paghahanda sa tatlong dekada na ang Public Relations Society of the Philippines, no? At napakaraming ano bang tawag dito? Humps and bumps ng ating laraga ng pamamahayag. Alam po ninyo, sinasabi, matandang biro sa komunikasyon, ang PR daw ang tagasalo ng suntok eh. Ang public relations, ang tagalinis ng mga pagkakamali ng kung sino man. Pero on a more, parang kumbaga credible statement, meron po tayong public relations to somehow ipakita naman yung kagandahan ng isang bagay, whether ito'y corporate, whether ito'y public service o political in nature. Tandaan po natin, there is always something beautiful in us. At ito yung talagang inilalabas, hina-highlight ng public relations as an institution at as a sector na rin. Tama ba yun, Sir David, Ma'am Ochel?
Oo naman. Yes, Ochel.
Definitely, Sir Johnny, totoo yun. Yes po, 30th National Public Relations Congress. Okay. And yung PRSP po is more than, I think, 60 years, more than 60 years na as an institution. Or I think one of the organizations that are one of the older organizations that have, survived through time kasi communications is very, very important. So, yes, sir, we're more than happy to invite muna. I'll take this opportunity to invite your audience, communicators, our friends in the media, PR practitioners, business people, the academe, and the government. Everyone is actually invited to join the 30th National Public Relations Congress with our theme this year, NOMON, which is actually championing public relations from intention to impact. And for those of you na, yes sir, yun po. So NOMON actually is something, a term that has been asked to us frequently. What does that mean? So the NOMON is actually the part of a sundial. It casts, yung sundial po that casts a shadow. That's called a NOMON. And in NOMON, it calculates time. In public relations, we believe that timing is everything. So time, Sir Johnny and Sir David, time is the theme, the overarching theme of this year's PR Congress. I think minention to kanina ni Sir David, no, we're going back to the past. We're going to honor that. We're going to go back to basics, especially to the younger professionals now that sometimes nalilimutan yung basics and the foundation of communications as a profession. And then, of course, we're going to tackle the challenges of the present and prepare our audiences also for the future. Dito na yung papasok yung AI, yung lahat ng pinag-uusapan right now. And is it even still relevant to call something traditional and digital at this point? Baka wala nang difference. Yun po yung mga pag-uusapan namin. And we're happy to announce also that our keynote speaker this year is Senator Loren Legarda. We just announced it also in our social media channels and all our platforms. Thank you for that, Sir John.
Bago tumakbong senador si Loren Legarda, talagang for the longest time nagsilbi bilang isang mamamahayag. Napakaganda, Sir David, no? Personal question sa June 2. Yung binabanggit ni Ma'am Ochel kanina, from intention to impact. Dalhin nyo nga yung ating mga nakikinig at nanonood dun sa transformation ng public relations. Mula dun sa panahon na tayo'y boka-boka lang. Tapos ngayon digital na, no? At nung mga panahon na talagang kami kasi sa broadcast media, ang sandata namin sa paggawa ng istorya will always be the 5 W's and 1 H. Okay. Sabi naman ng iba, ewan ko, sa PR ba nanggaling ito yung 5 wives and 1 husband? Ha? Hindi ko alam, narinig ko lang. O tinatanggi ni Sir David. Hindi daw sa PR nanggaling. Anyway, 5 W's and 1 H. Ito yung aming guiding principle in creating a story. Pero nung mga lumang panahon, let's go back to basic, no? Pagdating sa news creation, ang aming intention is to inform and educate the market. Pagka-showbiz naman, to entertain. Hindi ba? So, there are 3 basic principles daw ng broadcasting. Information, education, and entertainment. Ito yung lumang panahon. Bagong panahon, meron ng influencing. So, yung sinasabi ni Ma'am Ochel kanina, from intention to impact, how do we now measure the impact that I, for example, create kapag ako ay nagbabasa ng information or nag-gather ng information? Lalo tigit, binobroadcast not only in the traditional, kundi kasama na rin yung live streaming ng more influential social media. How do we draw the line between credibility and marites? Sige nga, Ma'am Ochel, turuan mo nga kami, please.
Sige, sir, that's a lot to unpack, no? Yung ang sinasabi ni Sir Johnny. And it's actually very relevant at this time. I'm sure si Sir David knows that since both of us are in the Public Relations Society of the Philippines, and even, sir, sa PRSP, we come from different organizations, different din yung the way we do PR. I come from the measurement side of PR. So, unahan ko lang yung sinasabi ni Sir Johnny na intention to impact, and that's the reason why time is also very much stitched to that overarching theme. I believe that PR efforts must focus on bridging the gap actually between intention and impact. As PR professionals, if I may say so, dati even until now, right? Pag ginagamit yung word na PR, pini-PR mo lang kami, PR lang yan. So we have to say it, right? We have to be very honest that sometimes public relations as a term is actually being misused in such a way that it manipulates stories, when in fact it's actually supposed to be sharing success stories and milestone, and to reinforce the commitment to transform the intention into tangible results. And that's what we wanted to reinforce this PR Congress, that PR efforts now must focus on bridging the gap between simple intentions, goals, objectives, and really translating them into impact, sabi nga ni Sir Johnny. And communication should highlight actions taken to fulfill promises and goals. So the gap there is, good, you have promises, you have goals, you have intention, but what are the actions that were taken as a result of the communication process so that the communication will feel its impact? And I think that's the beauty of public relations. We highlight perception, we define reputation, and that has transitioned over time with measured efforts. I'll dagdagan ko lang, sinabi ni Roldan, how to measure the impact? And that's why right now, PR professionals are maintaining that authenticity, that dignity, by really measuring the communication efforts that we put out there. And when we say we measure it, kaya tayo in social, di ba? Engagements is a term that is always being used. How many pickups, di ba? How many media mentions? Those are important. They're part and parcel, part of the overall measurement efforts in PR, so that we will be able to translate them into impactful business decisions and organizational decisions. So that's what we want to reinforce, that public relations is not just telling stories as they are. There is your intention there, and there is actually it is translated to impact by the decision makers that we are, especially when that now communicators are part of the boardroom, for example, Sir John.
Sir David, ikaw, anong tingin mo doon?
Galing ni Ochel, okay na yun. Siguro naalala ko. Oo, pagkausap ko yung mga students ko dati sa school, pinag-usapan namin yung history nga ng PR, paano ba ito nag-evolve? So, isa sa mga notable persons doon, si P.T. Barnum. Kung napanood niyo yung The Greatest Showman, siya yung may-ari ng circus doon sa movie. Pero in real life, ganun din naman. He owns a circus. Pero syempre, the way he communicates to the people, kunyari, the heaviest woman on earth, the tallest man, the longest something. So medyo may manipulation stage na yung part na yon. But again, the intention was just to entertain. So medyo acceptable pa yon na i-OA mo, kung magano in layman's terms, i-OA mo yung pag-communicate mo. But then, nagkaroon na ng, ito na si Dale Carnegie, JP Morgan, nagkaroon ng Industrial Revolution, nagkaroon ng trains. Ang daming mga labor abuses that time. So, walang panahon para makimingle yung mga owners nitong mga railroads na to sa mga workers nila. So, came the PR people trying to bridge, yun nga sinasabi ni Ochel, trying to bridge the gap na talaga bang kaming mga workers, you just want us to just work with your railroads, gawin namin to, or hindi? Then, eto na, dumating yung owner, nakipag-dance dun sa mga workers, etc. And then, nagkaroon yung one-way form of communication through the form of newspapers. Puro announcements lang. So this time, nalaman na ng mga workers o ng mga stakeholders, ng mga publics, ng iba't ibang companies na yan, okay, ito pala yung gusto nilang gawin. Pero may kulang doon kasi that's just one-way communication. Hanggang sa pumasok na si Ivy Ledbetter-Lee, father of modern PR ata yun. And then yun na, nagkaroon na ng two-way win-win communication. Because we must remember, sa Philippines, sa law, or even in other countries, public office is a public trust. Ganun din sa ating mga personalities, sa ating mga companies. We cannot exist kung walang approval ng isang community. If you build a cell site, if you're a telco, hindi pwedeng magtayo ka lang sa isang barangay kasi ang daming mga stakeholders dyan. May eskwelahan, may barangay chairman, dadaan ka dapat dyan. So, how do you explain that? Again, bilang isang PR practitioner, dapat nasa side ka ng kumpanya mo, of course, but again, kinikilala mo yung mahalagang kontribusyon ng mga publics mo because without them, nobody will buy your product or they will prevent people from buying your product. So gano'n siya. Pero, hindi ito dapat manipulation dapat two-way ang communication, merong binabato, merong feedback. At the same time, win-win ang solution. Nakapagtayo ka ng cell site, nakatulong ka sa community, etc.
The challenge now is very, kumbaga iba-iba yung mentality ng ating audience pertaining to a single information or multi-information na kanilang nakikita. Katulad ng binabanggit natin kanina, Ma'am Ochel, napag-usapan namin ng bahagya yung mga problemang kinakaharap ngayon ng Philippine National Police because of the images na naiiwan dun sa ating mga kababayan because of these abusive former cops, former PNP personnel. Hindi ba mahirap sa mundo ng public relations na i-create ang isang imahe na dedicated, service-oriented, at talagang detailed focus katulad ng Philippine National Police? Tapos ang nakikita mo, yung mga dati mong tao, o baka pwede natin sabihin yung ibang mga personnel nila dahil lumutang rin yung mga ninja cops pagdating sa drugs naman. So, Ako, personally, ang sasabihin ko, it is what it is. Kung ano yung nakikita ko, doon ako magbibigay ng komento. Okay? And I will let my public, yung mga nakikinig at nanonood dun sa aking programa, decide kung paniniwala sila sa akin o hindi. Dahil sabi ko nga, hindi naman ako influencer eh. Narito ako to inform and to educate and sometimes to entertain. Pero yung influence side, hindi ko trabaho, hindi naman ako vlogger. Pero pabalikan natin yung trabaho ng isang public relations practitioner at expert. Paano mo i-highlight ang isang institusyon? Samantalang yung kanilang mga dating miyembro, they are trying to clean their dirty linens in public. Hindi ba matandang kasabihan na yan? So, paano yan? Are you torn between good PR or simply publicity? Sige nga, Ma'am Ochel.
Sir Johnny, I think it's important to understand first that there are different kinds of PR.
Correct.
And I'm sure si Sir David will understand that. So in every undertaking, in every public relations effort, there should be an objective and a goal. For example, number one, is this reputation management? Right? Is this crisis management? So, point of view ang tinitingnan ng PR practitioner sa case-to-case basis. It is media relations. Right? Kung may interview ba to, may media ba to, ang gusto ba niyang PR is more on audience engagement. That's another kind of strategy. There's also PR in brand building, whether or not it's a government institution or a private institution. Then papasok din yung sinasabi mo kanina, Sir Johnny, na influence, thought leadership. There are different kinds of PR. Meron ng internal PR, di ba, in employee relations, given that the people who represent the organization are actually the best PR for any given organization. Same goes doon sa example mo, Sir Johnny. Minsan, isang tao lang magkamali. That's the either the good PR or the bad PR, if it's good or bad, that represents the organization. There are different kinds of PR, public policy advocacy, meron yung mga partnerships and collaborations, even to the detailed portion na medyo nagbo-border ng marketing, like product and service launches. So I think in any situation, any public relations practitioner should always think of the strategy first. Kasi kung papasok lang siya ng papasok sa situation, in the example that you're giving, sino ba yung audience na ang gusto mong kausapin? Right? Sino bang audience na gusto mong kausapin? Yung organization ba? In your example, Sir Johnny? The audience ba? The general public? What do you want to do? Do you want to manage the reputation? Do you think this is already a crisis for the organization? Or do you just want to make sure that the media plays out the correct stories and transparent stories for you? Then that definitely is media relations. So for me, there are different kinds of PR. The objective has to be clear, and it also has to be sustainable. But at the end of the day, any public relations professional would agree with me that we need to protect the integrity of the profession. It refers to maintaining several aspects such as accuracy of details, right? Reliability of spokespersons, reliability of facts, the consistency of information, pare-pareho ba in different channels yung pinapublish natin, yung messaging natin. Then there are different systems or processes. Whether it's actually personal relationship, pwede din minsan data security, or other contexts. There are different kinds of general strategies to help protect the integrity of comms and integrity of public relations. But it always has to begin dun sa sinabi ko kanina. Ano bang point of view? Ano bang lens? Ano ba yung strategy mo in handling a situation? Kasi iba-iba yung audience eh. Yung sa sample mo kanina, Sir Johnny, it is within tama. Most likely, general public yung point of view. Then you have to be very clear, accurate, and consistent with the information if you're talking to the general public. If you're talking to the stakeholders, then what is the stakeholders of the organization? Are you in a crisis mode, or are you talking to the media? Are you in a media relations, forging relationships mode? So for me, that's whether it's in the example that you gave or any other situation, balikan natin yung objective, balikan natin yung strategy, and know our audience so that we'll be able to protect and maintain the integrity of our messaging.
Alright. Salamat sa clarification. Kasi yung ibang tingin natin sa PR parang dikahon, no? Swaying public opinion lang. ang role ng PR. Pero as itemized by Mamuchel, ang dami. And these are crucial and critical roles. Lalong dumarami tuloy yung ating trabaho pag ganyan. Sandali, magbabalik ang palatuntunan ng SOS at ang ating Techie Wednesday, Tech for Everyone, makalipas ang ilang paalala.